my grandma and your grandma was sitting by.
Hey everybody, sorry, I wasn't sure if we were on or not. It's Murphy Gray Hunter, and it is Friday, September 8th. I am driving back home. I've been out and about running around, running errands. And I'm finally, after running around all day doing stuff, I'm finally going to go get these ratchet nails filled. They are ratchet. Anyway, so I wanted to tell you a story that I had. Well, I had a dream. I had two different dreams, and they involved my grandma. So, let me just tell you, I swear, people are so impatient. Sorry. Ooh, I can't stand traffic. I live out in the country, and I'm so glad that I do, because when I'm in town, I can't wait to get back to the country, because I can't stand these people who are so freaking like in a rush to get home that they can't wait for a freaking light to change, or you know what I mean? Oh, okay, let's not even get started. Okay, so let me tell you about two different dreams. They both involve my grandma. So about 2 weeks ago, I had this dream, and now before I tell the dream, let me just tell the dream, then I'll tell you afterwards. Okay, so about 2 weeks ago, I had this dream, and this lady came to me, and she said that she was my aunt. Okay, now I don't know if I'm gonna take these glasses off because it seems like it's just reflecting the phone. I don't know if it's like bothering y'all or not. She said she was my aunt, and I could see her, like I can still see her in my head, but I don't know what her name is. I don't know. I've never seen her before, but she said the reason why I know she's my aunt, and not only because I just instantly knew she was my aunt, but she says, your grandma is my mom. So, I said, okay. And so she told me, she was showing me some things, and then she also showed me, she talked to me about different things, okay? But I remember I looked at her and I said, where is my grandma? Right? I said, where is my grandma? And she says, your grandma and your aunt, they're in hell. Just like that. Your grandma and your aunt, they're in hell. And I was like, what? And I remember asking her, what? What do you mean they're in hell? And then she went on, she didn't answer anymore. She went on to show me, like other things that were happening, like in my life and things like that. Then she showed me my oldest daughter. So my oldest daughter was there with me, and we were in this house, and I don't know what house we were in, but we were in this house, and she told me that there was something, dang, I need to get gas. I just realized there was something I was supposed to have done the beginning of the day. Sorry guys. I just looked at my gas tank. She says, there's something following your daughter. And I was like, what is it? And I remember Tasia got up to go to the bathroom, and this was like, this kind of house was a kind that, those closets that are the ones that you slide the doors open, like, you slide them to the right or to the left to open the closet doors. Well, and it was a long one, so it was like from one end of the room to the other. It was a long closet, and she had to walk in front of the closet to get to the bathroom. And she went into the bathroom, and then all of a sudden I started hearing all this noise and commotion in there, and I heard my daughter screaming. I ran to the bathroom, and my aunt just literally got my daughter from the back of her neck and pulled her back, and she fell on, my daughter fell on the floor. And then I turned and I looked in the bathroom, and I saw this huge image. It was a black figure. It looked like, it was like a silhouette of a man, but it was all black, like a silhouette, right? But just all black. And it was huge, and it was like, it looked like a giant man, and it was all colored black. And then I remember I was so scared, and then my aunt says, that is following your daughter. And then I woke up. And so then, you know, I was kind of sitting there thinking like, wow, you know, like, wow, that was deep, you know. And so then 2 days ago, sorry guys, my stomach hurts. My stomach hasn't been right since was sick with the flu, and I ate that stupid noodles and all that. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so 2 days ago, we were I was, you know, sleeping. I had a dream that my same aunt came back to see me, and she came and she goes, I brought somebody for you. And then I turned and it was my grandma. It was my witchy grandma. You know, normally I see my maternal grandmother. I never ever see my paternal grandmother. And I saw her, and she came out running to me, and she was younger, and she had all her hair slicked back in a ponytail back here, and she had a bun, and it was all black, and she was young, and like I say, like mid-30s or 30s, you know. And she didn't have any glasses on, and she was smiling, and she had on this white dress that buttoned down all the way, like a button down, like imagine like a button down shirt, but like a whole dress like that, and short sleeve, and it was all white with buttons all the way down. They had like little red flowers all over it. Sorry guys, I just ate a veggie sandwich, and man, my stomach is not right. Anyway, so she came out, and she had little white shoes and black, she had white socks and black shoes on. And she came out, and she wasn't talking to me, but she kept smiling at me, and she kept rubbing my face, you know, rubbing my face like that, rubbing my face, and, you know, and smiling. And I remember looking at her and looking at her hands, and I was thinking, wow, my brother has the same hands like her, like the same shape of hands and nail beds, you know, I don't know. I was looking at her hands, and then she was smiling, and I kept asking her, like, where have you been? Where have you been? How come you haven't come to see me? Where have you been? And she wasn't answering me. She just kept smiling at me, right? And then we went to a different part of, no, we were sitting there. No, talking about it. We were standing there, and my aunt was like, had her hand on her shoulder, and then she like directed her towards the left. And when my grandma turned, I turned with her, and there was my grandpa. My grandpa was sitting there, and he was young also. I've never seen my grandparents young before. And so she looked at him, and she ran over there, and he looked at her. So she was standing in front of him, and he was sitting down. And then she looks at him, and he looks at her, and they just hug each other. And he's kissing her like all over the face. He's kissing her and kissing her and kissing her, and she's kissing him and hugging him and hugging him. And you know, they were both crying, and I was crying because when I woke up, I was always like, I had tears all over me. I was crying because I thought to myself, she really is in hell, because apparently wherever she is not where he is. Now, I don't know. You know, I'm not religious, so I don't know what, I don't know what, you know, so confused. And I was like, wherever they are, wherever they go, they're not together, because clearly they were so happy to see one another. And so then the story changed. We were in my grandmother's house, and we were sitting in the living room, and she was sitting next to me, and she was talking to me like telepathically in my head. Like I could hear her voice having a conversation with me, and she was telling me that the devil was mean, and she was scared, and she wanted help, and she said, he hurts me, he's mean, he's evil. And then she goes, don't call him. Don't call him. Don't work with him. Don't look for him. Have nothing to do with him. Don't do that. You know, stay away from him. Like she just kept saying that over and over. And I'm like, I'm not, Grandma. I'm not. And she's like, don't worship him. Don't worship him. She kept yelling that to me, right? like in my mind, she kept yelling at this, and I'm like, I'm not, I won't, Grandma, I won't. I kept telling her that, right? And then all of a sudden, I had a like shorts t-shirt on, and I looked down at my legs, and my legs were all like from top to bottom, but mostly my legs. They were all full of blood, and they were like bruised, like black and purple in places. And on my right leg, on my lower, like below the knee, my front part of my calf there, it had like nails, like the kind that you nail into the walls. There was a bunch of nails in my bone, like into my bones and all in my skin, and it was so like, it was black and bloody and all over my hands. I was all cut, everything, and everything was hurting. And I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? And she goes, that's what's going to happen to you if you call him. That's what's going to happen to you if you call him. She just kept saying that. I'm like, I'm not, you know, like terrified, right? And then I looked to my left, and there's this guy sitting there with me, like right next to me. Now, guys, I know this is going to sound even more crazier, but the guy that was, okay, the best way that I can describe what he looked like is to give you a character. And that way you can get a visual, okay? He looked like Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. I was like, thank you, because he is so cute. Like, you know, thank God it wasn't some like, you know, ogre or troll, right? So, but yeah, I don't know why, but he looked like that. I don't know if it was a spitting image, but when I woke up, to me, that's what I could remember. He was light complected with dark curly hair, like not like super curly, but like the way Jon Snow has it to his shoulders. And he had a beard, he had a dark beard and a mustache, and he had dark eyebrows and beautiful brown eyes. And he said, don't worry, that's not going to happen to you. I will never let anything bad happen to you, right? And then I just kept looking at him and looking at my legs, and then he goes, it's not real. It's not real. That's never going to happen to you. I'm always going to take care of you. That's not going to happen. He kept saying that he was always going to take care of me, and that was not going to happen. Now, I had all this love for him, and he had all this love for me, right? But not the kind of, not like a sexual love, and not like a brother love, but like love, you know, like not the way I love my husband, but I don't know how to describe it, only that I knew that I loved this person or thing or whatever he was. I loved him so much, and I could feel his love for me. He just kept saying, I'll never hurt you. I'll never hurt you. I'll never let anyone else hurt you. I'll always take care of you. You know, and he says, that's not real. He kept telling me that, right? So then I looked at him, and then I looked over my right shoulder, and I saw my husband. And I knew that I wasn't being unfaithful, because when I looked at my husband, I felt a different type of love. Like my soulmate love. Like, that's my husband, the way I love my husband. You know, like I'll cut a bitch over my husband kind of love. Like that kind of love, you know? You guys, you're like, oh shit, I know what she means. Like that kind of love, you know? And so I knew that I wasn't like being unfaithful to my husband, but it was a different type of love. Anyway, so then I looked out on the front porch, still sitting there, because you can see the front porch where we're sitting. And the front porch, I could see the front porch, but beyond the front porch, all that was there was like this white, thick fog. I couldn't see the road, I couldn't see the trees, nothing. I just saw this white, thick fog. And then my grandma kept pointing out to the corner, of that fog, and she says, don't call him. Don't call him. He's evil. He'll hurt you. And she just kept saying that. Don't worship him. Don't worship him. And I just looked at her, I'm like, Grandma, I don't, and I won't, you know, like I couldn't convince her, right? And then what else happened? And then I remember right before she left, she said to me, you need to help me. That's all I remember. And guys, note, I mean, like, is this light working? Or am I gonna have to like make a mad dash for it. Sorry guys, I'm at a light and I'm like, something doesn't look right. Anyway, in my mind, she showed me this box. I saw this black box with, nobody hit me, like they can hear me, right? I saw this black box in my head, and in the box, this black cardboard box, you know, like, imagine like one of those gift boxes that you buy, but a kind of like, you know, like a little fancy one, but it was a black box, and when she opened it up, her book was in that box, and I woke up, and when I woke up, I was crying, because I had not seen my grandmother since she died. And I remember I was crying because I was so sad that I was so sad that I missed her, like, and then sad that she was begging for help, and that she was telling me that she was in hell, you know, and so again, I don't know what that, I mean, you know, I don't know. I hope that it's not real, because I don't want my grandma to be in hell. I don't want that to be true, you know, but at the same time, like, why did I have these messages, you know, like, you know, my grandma always told me, my grandma was clairvoyant like I was, and she would always say that I have the gift of sight. You have the gift of sight, she would tell me. And I used to get I would see a lot of things, mostly like, you know, I would get messages in my dreams. And when I woke up, my head hurt so bad, like the top of my head hurt so bad. And, you know, and that's usually the time I have something like that. If I see a loved one or a message from someone, it always feels that way. And the reason why I say, you know, I'm hesitant to tell these things, you know, to you guys, is because there's so many people out there that, you know, that want to tell you that, no, you know, you're not seeing your loved ones. I don't know the rules, guys. I don't know the rules of when you can see your ancestors, or when you can see ghosts, or when you see a spirit, or if it's a demon, if it's an entity, or I don't know the rules. I only know what I experience, and that's all I can go by. I can't go by what someone else has told me. I can't, even if my grandmother had this gift, you know, go person, Jesus Christ, why are you waiting so long? Oh my God, I'm turning into a road rager, sorry. But I see these cars coming behind me and they're not slowing down, so I really need you to hurry up and turn. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, I don't know the rules, guys. I don't know the rules, and I don't want to start controversy and say, yes, I'm seeing my ancestors, and, you know, I don't care what you say, I'm seeing my ancestors. I feel like I'm seeing them. I feel like I'm talking to them. I feel like they're touching me. I feel them. I sense them. And then if you tell me they're not, you know, like, I don't know the rules. I don't know how it works for this person or that person. I only know what I experience. Now, whether it's just a figment of my imagination that this comes to me, whether it is just something I'm wanting to see, or whether it really is, I don't know. Again, all I know is what I experience. And whatever it was, it was really nice to see my grandma, because I wonder about her all the time, you know. And my maternal grandmother comes to me in my dreams a lot, and I was gonna make some videos talking to y'all about what I see with her. But, you know, like I said, I'm really hesitant, because there are some people out there that want to be like, you know, want to be hateful on whatever I'm feeling, and I'm just like, thank goodness I've not experienced anybody being hateful to me. But I just don't want to come, I don't experience that, because the things that I see are very special to me, and I don't want someone trying to analyze what I see and try to analyze or school me on what this is and what's that, what it is and what it. I don't know, guys. I just know what I feel. I just know what I see, and in some way it brings comfort to me that I see my loved ones, my grandmother, or, oh Lord have mercy, old person, you almost hit me. I know, right? I'm so, like, I get so nervous driving, because, you know, people. Anyway, I'm back in my part of town now, thank goodness. I'm going to the grocery store because I got to get to the nail shop, but I have to dodge all these old people. I live in an old person's community, and you know, they're like, we run the world, old people. We run the world, old people. Sorry, I'm just being silly. Like this, look at this heifer. Just walking right in the middle of the road, like, she's like, bitch, you gonna have to wait till I'm done carrying my groceries. And look at Grandpa. Well, I gotta go to the bathroom too. I think I got about a gallon of water. Oh, these are a little. Okay, anyway. So maybe I should park over here so that way nobody hits me. Okay. Anyway, again, I just wanted to share what I experience, what I know, what I feel. You know, so if y'all are interested in stories of my visits with my maternal grandmother who has passed away, she's come to see me and about 6 times, and it's always been different. And again, I can't say this is what it is. Like, you know, I'm dealing with my ancestors. I'm, you know, like I said, the only reason why I feel that way is because I just don't want controversy, and I don't want someone telling me anything different from what I see and what I hear and what I experience, because to me it's very comforting to me and disturbing at the same time knowing about my grandma. I really hope my grandma is not in hell. You know, do I believe in hell? Yeah, I believe in hell. I believe there's a heaven. I believe there's a hell. You know, the world works in a perfect balance. You guys know that. You know, and so I don't know. I just wanted to share that with y'all. And if you guys want to know more stories about my grandmother, as far as my maternal grandmother, when she comes to visit me, I would love to share those stories with y'all if y'all like that. But I just wanted to share that about my paternal grandmother. This is the first time that I've seen her since she's died, and I have always been asking about her. And my mother says that my grandmother had 15 living children and 5 that died. I was like, Lord, she was busy. 20 children. How do you make that many humans? But anyway, she had 20 kids and 5 of them died. And she says that probably, because I asked my mom about it, and she kind of got a little bit of EBGB on me. And said, don't wig out. I need some answers. And so she was like, that could have been one of the daughters that died, because a couple of the babies were girls. And so she says, it's probably one of them that you saw. She goes, did she give you a name? I said, no, she didn't tell me a name. And so, you know, so she thinks that's who that is. But she says, doesn't that scare you that she told you that your grandma's in hell? And I'm like, of course it scares me for her. I mean, I don't want her to be there. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I'm gonna go here and get these crusty nails done because... Alright guys, so again, if y'all want to know more stories, let me know. And I do have some more grandma stories. Because my mom is here visiting, and she was just telling me a few more stories that she remembers. And so I'm going to share those with you. I'm going to see if my mom will come on and make a video with me and like talk about something, you know, some things that she knows. I want to see if she'll do a video. You guys, if y'all don't know, my mother is terminally ill. She is losing her battle of cancer, and she is staying with me for the week. This is going to be the last holidays that we're going to spend with my mom. And so I'm just trying to spend some time with her and learn as much as I can about her, like stories when she grew up. And she tells me these stories when she was growing up, and you know, these funny things. And she told me a really funny story yesterday. I'm trying to write everything down so I could give that to my girls. And she tells me about family members that I don't know, and things that I didn't know about certain family members. And so I'm gonna see if she will come on with me and make a video for you guys, and that way, because you know, when I talk about my mom, y'all can have a visual of her. All right, guys, I'm gonna go get my nails done so that way I can get back to my mom. She's at the house watching a movie with my daughter and just resting because she's too tired. I took her out yesterday, and she can't be out too long. She gets really, really tired, and she has a lot of pain right now. And so she's like, no, I just want to stay home and watch videos. She's spending some time with my 9-year-old because my 4 girls have a lot of memories with her because they grew up with her. But Jade is only 9, and so Jade doesn't have a lot of memories with her. I mean, you know, as much as my other daughters. So she wants some quiet time with her today. So that's what I've been doing. I've been running errands all day, and I've been calling them every hour. Are y'all okay? Are y'all okay? And they're like, yep. And so she's like, go do everything you have to do. I want to spend time with Jade. And I'm like, okay. So I love that they're spending this time together. And she saw my ratchet nails, and she's like, your nails are a pretty color, but it would be nice, baby, if your whole nail was that color. See, look. She goes, your nails are a pretty color, but baby, it would be nice if your whole nail was that color. I said, gee, Mom, I was kind of going for this look. And she goes, you were? And I'm like, I worked really hard to get them like this. You say they're ugly? That hurts my feelings. She was like, oh, no, I didn't know. I said, no, Mom. I said, I just haven't gone to get my nails filled because I've been sick. And she goes, oh, okay, yeah, you need to go. So anyway, all right, I'm going to go now. So I will talk to y'all later. Bye.